Welcome back to NMI Sport Report. I have Patrick here. Haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Today, we're probably going to talk about some of the football stuff that went on Sunday. I have a legendary comeback story, and then we'll touch on some hockey. So, um, Pat, if you want to say hi to the people real quick, we
What's
haven't
going
seen you in a
on?
minute.
Yeah, been a while.
Okay, yeah, you got a hockey game tonight. How you guys doing this season
Uh, Not bad.
for the
Pretty
beer league?
average.
You guys
Beer
killing
league
it or what?
don't really matter. Just there for the brews. So
Okay, all
whatever.
right. How many points you got on the season? You keep track?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, did you get to watch any of those games on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you
Mostly.
What did you think?
I mean, mostly red zone, and then the Pats game as usual. Nothing
Dude,
crazy. And then the Sunday night game, obviously. Pats game was great.
the
That was the
Pats
only.
game. I think they should have won that. To be honest,
Yeah. Yeah. That
they
was
definitely had that in the bag and
yeah.
folded.
Drake May played great until that last interception. It was just like a rookie play by a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't know who to blame in that. Like, was it Drake May or was it
The
Demario
receiver,
Douglas?
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. From what I was hearing, I didn't get to watch the game. So the morning slate I didn't really get to watch a lot of because I was driving to Arizona. I left at like
Oh yeah.
9:30. I got there around like 2 p.m. local time, and they're like an hour ahead of us in California. So I had gone to Arizona. All I was doing was checking like ESPN and the Real app
Hmm.
for scores. So I
Yeah.
was kind of just going on there because I had some bets placed on Sunday morning for those games specifically, and I had like a pretty big parlay. Um, so I didn't get to really watch the games, but I did see the scores like on the Real app. You can see like each play, like the play by play. It's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And then someone had texted like, "Oh, Drake May," or I think I texted while I was driving, which I don't condone. I had said Drake May comeback drive right here, and I think it was the
Oh
first or
yeah.
second
Yeah.
play. Fool throws an interception. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, just fucked it.
Yeah, I think I texted in the fantasy group chat in
Yeah.
Nick's league, and I said like Drake May legendary comeback, and then I said the same thing about the Steelers or the Ravens when they're going against the Steelers. I was like Lamar Jackson legendary fourth quarter comeback drive, two
Yeah.
2 minute drive, whatever. They lost too.
Yeah, that was funny. Just jinx them
Yeah,
both.
yeah. I literally kissed of death, texted about them, and they both lost. So that was pretty sad. But yeah, I didn't get to really watch the morning games. I got to see some highlights and stuff. But what other games did you kind of stood out to you? Or like, I mean, you watched Red Zone. Was there any cool
Chargers.
touchdowns?
Um, Off the top of my head, I mean Bengals and Chargers was super fun, especially because I
Okay,
had Joe Burrow
there you
in
go.
fantasy. Bills Chiefs was a good one. I missed most of that though. And then the only thing I saw in red zone was the 10 o'clock games, and then I had to go do something at 1. So missed most of those, but the highlights of that game was good. In the morning, I mean, there wasn't anything crazy. Also, when you're on
Did
two
you?
screens, it's like the Patriots game. I'm watching that, and I'm only really looking at red zone at commercials.
Yeah. Did you get to see any of that Packers game?
I don't believe so.
They had blocked the
Packers
field goal.
Bears. Oh
Bears.
yes, yes, I do. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah, they
I
obviously showed that.
I was on the Real app while I was driving,
Hmm.
and I see Packers score, and I'm like, oh, dude, they're up a point or 2 points, whatever. I'm like, they have this in the bag. Let's play some defense. I think there was like a minute 40 or maybe 2 minutes left. I'm like, dude, play some defense. 2, 3 giant passes to what's his name, the old Chargers wide receiver, Keenan Allen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think he caught it like a 26-yard catch, and then like Odunze had a good cat. Like they were driving downfield.
Hmm.
Finally, the Packers get him like I think to fourth down, and they were just going to kick the field goal, win, or they ran the clock down to 3 seconds, whatever, and they were just
They,
going to kick the field goal.
yeah.
And I closed the app. I was like, I'm over it. I'm not going to watch this. I lost. I think I put $50 to win 330 was my parlay. There was like 5 teams I had on there. Packers was two. I think I had 3 morning games, 2 afternoon games,
Uh-huh.
and I took the Packers. Turn it off. Like shit's chalked.
Yeah.
I don't find out until maybe an hour or two later because I was still like maybe an hour, hour and a half out from Arizona. And I didn't find out until I got there that they blocked the fucking field goal.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, there's
crazy.
no way.
So
There's
you're
no
just
way
an
right now.
all-time jinx on Sunday.
Well, I
Even
bet
the
on the
one
Packers.
I know, but you're like it's chalked, it's over. Game
Oh,
over.
yeah.
You jinx
Yeah.
yourself the other way too. Like
Yes.
fucking worked
No,
out on that one.
I really did. I literally was like, Packers lost, chalking it, lost
Yeah.
$50. And I called it. I was like, whatever. I'm done. Like, I lost my money. I'll chalk it. We'll figure it out when I get there. Well, I get there and I see that I was like 3-0 already, and I still had a couple more plays to go.
hmm
Um, but the 49ers game, that one pissed me off. The Seahawks comeback that they had,
I don't
I
know if I
had,
saw that.
you didn't see the end of the
Who'd they
Seahawks
play?
49ers game?
Oh,
49ers were
oh,
up. I want to say, I forget how much they were up by, but they were up and they blew it in the fourth quarter. Geno Smith had a game winning, like also 2-minute drive.
did you bet on them?
Yes, I had them in
Okay.
my parlay,
Oh, okay.
and I was very upset. I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
obviously.
I was mad, and I had to. I was just thinking. I was like, dude, I think that's when I texted you. I was like, hey, can you log into my Prize Picks? Like, I want to throw some Prize Picks bets in
Oh, okay, that's what that
because
was.
one of my books by Sunday afternoon was completely depleted. I had no funds left.
Jesus.
I had no funds in one of them. I was down like $250, and then on the other book, I was down $100. Let me see here. I got to go back and check real quick because um, this was it was a pretty cool story. So,
Before you find it, I told you before the podcast to live bet Rangers. They just got scored on again, so
oh, is it
good
three
thing we do
zero?
that. Yeah, 3-0.
I did not lie bid. I already lost a
Yeah,
lot of coin today on hockey, and I was like, I don't want to be sweating
yeah.
this
Don't
during the
keep going.
pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, so Monday I had won $10. Yeah, because I had the Dolphins Rams matchup, and from the previous week, and
hmm
I had won money on the Dolphins, and then I had taken it was this one. So I'm down 250 right Saturday night. I think I lost my final 50 or $100 on one of my books during the UFC fights. Did you get to watch those at all?
No, something
Okay.
happened on. Oh, I had a game last Saturday too, so but it was
It
early.
was potentially John Jones or Stipe's last fight ever. So it was a pretty good fight. And then the Charles Oliveira fight versus Chandler was pretty good. There was some good
Okay.
fights on that card.
You fought
But
Michael Chandler?
yes. Or no, is it Michael Chandler? The one that fought the Hawaiian last. When they went like toe to toe,
Oh, that's Max Holloway.
Max Holloway fought. Was it Michael Chandler that they
He fought
stood?
Gaethje.
Oh, it was Gaethje Oliveira. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I was thinking. Wait, maybe
Okay.
it was Chandler. Let me see. I have it literally
He's
right
fought
here.
both of them, as
Oh,
far as I
Michael
know.
Chandler. Yeah, Michael
Okay.
Chandler.
So was that the second time you fought him?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I had put in a slip, so I'm down 250, and then by Saturday night, I'm like, I need something because I lost. I telling you right now, never betting on a woman in the UFC ever again, ever again. I was so mad. I got hooked. There was this chick I bet on during the fight Saturday night that her cardio was so bad that she went for a couple like push kicks, like where your foot goes forward,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
she went to like kick the jaw, got her foot caught, and then would just like instead of trying to catch herself, fell back, laid on the ground, and was just kind of laying there. And the other girl wasn't pursuing it. She was like trying to get her to stand up, and she would just lay there because she was tired. So
Yeah.
she lost one of the rounds just because of the like third round, just because she was tired. She's never fought outside of the first or second round, I want to say, and she was just and I got chalked off of that. So I'm down 250 Saturday night, right before the last two UFC fights. I I go, I'm taking Charles Oliveira, John Jones, and then I plugged in four football plays. So I took two fighters, four football plays, 60 to win 331. So that way I cover my, I cover the, what's it called? The money I lost, the
Yeah.
250, 330, and then I get some profit off of it. So I'm like, okay, I'll cover, make, was that $80? So you make $80, be done for the week. Well, going to Sunday, John Jones wins, and then Oliveira wins, and then the Packers win. So I had chalked in the morning. I'm like, dude, Packers are going to lose. They win 19-20. I did take the Dolphins against the Patriots, or against the, who did they play? Against the Raiders, I'm sorry, because they were my suicide pick this week. I took the Dolphins, and then I took the Niners and the over in the Bengals-Chargers game. Well, the Niners, they're up 17-13, and I think within 5 minutes, they get an interception, they pick Geno off, turnover on downs. They punt the ball, Seahawks turnover on downs, punt the ball, Niners turnover on downs, punt the ball, and Seahawks, Geno Smith, game-winning drives, I want to say 60, 70 yards, and scores a touchdown. I think it was Jackson Smith, Njigba, or I don't think it was Metcalf, but drives all the way downfield, wins the game on the Niners. Last like 30 seconds or minute of the game, he had a game-winning drive, and I lost on that because the over would have hit in the Bengals-Chargers game. So at this point, I'm pissed off. I'm watching the Bills game. I just got to Arizona, and I was like, I need to cook a bet up. I need to. Like, I need something. Like, I have $100 left on my $450 betting bankroll of the week. I have $100 left of that, down $350 at this point, and I was like, dude, I need something. So my friend's family gets home, or Noah's family, they got home, like sister, brother-in-law, cousin, they're all there, and they're talking about betting, and I'm like, oh, dude. I was like, let me cook something up. I'm gonna put $100 on a play right now. Give me 15.
Did you tell them that on the week you were down 350?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so that's where you went
I made
wrong.
it clear.
That's
I made it clear to them.
They didn't put in as much as you did.
Yeah, but I told them, I was like, listen, I'm down 350 this week. I need a play right now that's going to get me back even or at least make profit.
Yeah.
So I was like, give me 15 minutes. Like, because they got home barely before the game started. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, I need to. And I lost this one too. I put in a play while I was driving because I thought the Packers had lost. So once I chalked the Packers loss, I put in another $50 play. This was James Cook to score, which he had 2 touchdowns. I had McCaffrey to score, but he didn't show up to the game. Bijan Robinson to score, never scored. I had San Francisco money line. I had Atlanta Falcons money line, which I'll never bet on them again. I think Kirktober was the only time to bet them.
Yeah, that shit's over now.
And then I had the Bills money line. So I had that. I set that up because I was like, dude, I just lost $60 on the Packers because I thought they lost. $50 to win 575. That one misses. So now I'm down 350. I explained to them, I'm like, hey, I'm down 350 this week. Going big or going home. I'm going to cook up this play. Give me 10, 15 minutes. I'm sitting there locked in on the couch. They're unpacking the car. They're doing things around the house. And I think brother-in-law was starting to cook dinner. And they're asking me,
they're all working. But you're really working.
Yes. Like, they were doing actual like work, like doing stuff around the house, whatever
they want to call it. You were doing the real work.
Yes, I was in the lab. I was locked in. They kept yelling out like, "Oh, do you have a play yet? Do you have a play yet?" And I'm like, I was just quiet. I was like, "Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit."
Yeah.
I cook up
Albert Einstein.
Yeah. No, exactly. You can't rush greatness. And so I'm sitting there on the couch. At first, I cook up this plus 1,400, and I'm like, I'm getting too greedy. I'm not going to win $1,400. And you know what? It would have hit. It would have hit.
Oh, for real?
It would have hit if I would have kept it. Plus 1,400. I take a leg off, and I'm debating it again. It's like plus 9 something at this point. Off like taking one of the legs off because this was like I think 10 legs, but I got it down to 8. I think by the time I actually bet it. But I was at 10 legs plus 1,400. Gonna put the $100 in, and then I back out. I'm like, no, let me take one of these off. Like maybe like I'm gonna be mad if this one doesn't hit, so I take it off.
Don't get greedy.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, don't get greedy. And I even told them that. I was like, I have this plus 1,400 because they were like, are you done? I'm like, I have a plus 1,400, but I can't get too greedy. Give me a second. So I'm like debating what I'm gonna take off. Take one off. Thinking about it again, it's like plus 900 something. And I'm like, I typed the 100 in, and I'm like, about to submit it. And I go, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me pull back. So I crafted this lineup about 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I finish it, I crafted up Joe Burrow over 220 pass yards. I think his original line was 250. I took Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I took Justin Herbert over 215 pass yards. I think he was between 250, 260, but I bought down. I then took Jamar Chase over 60 receiving yards.
Mm-hmm.
I took Chase Brown over 50 rush yards. I took Will Dissly over 25 receiving yards. I took Gus Edwards over 20 rush yards. And then I took Ladd McConkey over 40 receiving yards. And I put $100 and won $650 plus my 100 wager back. So
that was crazy.
I made $650, so I paid back the $350 I had lost on the week, plus $300 profit. So I ended up a huge comeback on Sunday, and it was just a legendary story because I said I think last week on the pod or 2 weeks ago that I wouldn't shave this goatee until I had a losing week, and I was fully ready to chalk it. I was like, I'm shaving tonight, and I hit the bet, and I of course fell asleep mid game. Woke up and everything was cashed by like the third quarter. And I think I fell asleep at halftime.
That's crazy. You fell asleep.
I fell asleep. I was tired. Fell asleep at halftime and shit cashed by the third quarter. And I had the plus 1,400 was the over and one of the D linemen to get a sack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had also added, I think I got it up to like plus 2,400 at one point, but that was like Bengals money line. But I took that one back first. Then I took the sack off. Then I took the over off. And then I was like, okay, this is the play right here.
Hit.
Yeah. And I give the play out. I give the play to both of the guys. One of them doesn't tail. Of course, one does. I think he put 50 or $30 or something, made $200. So nice. I pitched a winner. We made some coin. But it was just a legendary comeback story. Like I was very hyped that I didn't have to shave. I honestly wanted to keep it, and I won coin. Like I thought it was going to be down 350 and ended up 300. So
yeah,
but yeah, hockey legitimately screwed me last week. I think that's where I lost all of my money. Was on the Rangers, and then I think I bet on the Jets. The one game they did lose. I think they lost last week. But
no, you're definitely right. I can't remember. I was just trying to think who it was.
Yeah, and I took the Rangers versus the Jets. Lost a lot of coin on them.
Yeah,
and I think then I tried to get it back on like Thursday or Friday, or maybe Wednesday or Friday night on NBA. Lost on the Nuggets. They're on my all-time ban list. So I was just like, it was just a roller coaster of a week. Like I went up on Monday, went down during the week on my books, but I went up on Prize Picks, and then I went all the way down on my books, and then back up Sunday night, and I was back to square one. And it was good. Like it was a good thing. And then of course Monday Night Football rolls around after I pitched this gem Sunday night, and they go, "What's the play for the Monday night game?" And it took about like 10-15 minutes. Didn't do the same thing I did. Huh? Yeah, we got hooked on Rico Dowdle receptions. He had 6 targets, and he only caught 2 of them. So, and we had him over 3. So everything else hit. It was like a 4-leg. It was like Texans money line. It was Joe Mixon anytime touchdown, Joe Mixon rush yards or someone receiving yards, and then it was Rico Dowdle over catches. And of course, I got hooked on that. So we lost that one. And earlier in the day, we actually went to the casino, Noah and I, on Monday. And we went there, both pulled out $200. We're like, I mean, I'm willing to lose 200. Just made 300 the day before. I'm like, I can lose 200.
Yeah.
Pulled it out of my betting account, and I go down pretty quick. I lost my 200 pretty quick, and I was pretty sad. Noah had gone up, and he was like,
What
hey,
were
I'm
you
going to go over to
playing?
the slots. I stayed at the table. I walked over to the slots with him. I think I lost like all 200 at that point on the slot, and I was like, dude, I'm going to go back. But I didn't tell Noah that. I'm like, I'm going to go back to the roulette table.
Oh,
So I
okay.
go back, I pull another 100 out.
Yeah.
And I came back from going down 200, come back, win 230 off that $100. So I ended up leaving the casino with $30+, which was nice. So I didn't lose any money. I walked away with $30. So I was
Wait, you
happy to
said you
not.
got $100. How does that work?
So I pulled $100 out. So I pulled
After
200 out
losing
initially,
200,
lost the 200,
so
pulled
you're
another
down
100 out,
200. Now you're down
down
300.
200, betting the $100. I made it back, made 230. So now I'm like even and then up $30.
How are you,
Does that
well,
make
are
sense?
you saying you're not counting that 100? You would be down. I'm saying you're down 300 once you pull out that next 100, right?
Well, until it's gone, because I mean it's like physical cash.
Yeah.
I still have it, you know.
Oh, okay. So you ended up walking away with 330.
330, yes, yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah, when
walked
you
out of
say
there
you
with three
walk away
thirty.
with 230, it still sounds like you lost $70.
That is true. Yeah, the way I explained
Yeah.
it was kind of stupid. Like I did so. Yeah, so I walked out with 330, which is a win to me. Like I
Yeah.
didn't lose. I walked out with 30 profit, and I was like, that's a good day. So, and then of course the Monday night game chalked me. I had got hooked on that, and everyone tailed me. Of course, everyone tailed me. Noah, brother-in-law, cousin, everyone tails me because they're like, "Dude, you cooked up this legendary play the day before. Let's tail you again."
Yeah.
Of course, doesn't hit. And then I think Tuesday and Wednesday, I try to get cute and bet these big NHL and NBA parlays. Lost a little bit of coin this week, but the hiking story I was going to tell you about.
Hmm.
So I had they told me about this hike because Noah was going to be gone. He said he had to go take a test for his job,
Yeah.
and they go, oh, there's this hike about 10-15 minutes away called Camelback, and we had played golf the day before, and Camelback was right there where you could like see the mountain, and I was like, oh, cool, like I'll go do a hike, like for sure. I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be easy. Like, I mean, I haven't done like a real hike in a while, but I mean, I'm always running or walking on the treadmill every day. I mean, I'm pretty physically in shape. I could
Yeah.
probably play
Yeah.
in the NFL,
Yeah.
but
Definitely. I always
but
said
they
that
tell me,
about you.
yeah, they told me about this hike, and I go, okay, cool. So I bring my water bottle, I bring a jacket. It's a little chilly outside, and I don't leave any stuff in my car. I should have left probably my wallet at the most, but I bring my wallet, my keys, phone, glasses, and water bottle.
Hmm.
Well, I'm hiking up this mountain, and I tried to jog up because I mean it was a pretty good incline. I want to say the elevation gain was like 2,000 feet, maybe, but it was a pretty good hike. And
Yeah.
I tried to jog up. I made it up to the top in 43 minutes. Was what I clocked in at. It was
Okay.
let's see, 43 and 43. So 43 minutes 11 seconds to go up to the top of this mountain. And a portion of it, about a quarter of it, was all rock climbing. So you
Hmm.
had to rock climb
That's crazy.
up to the top. I wonder if
That's
I
a
can
real hike.
dude, it was so badass. Like it was a really cool hike. I didn't expect it at all. Like I was not expecting to have to climb rocks at
Mhm.
all. But let me see if I have. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture real quick because oh no, I have to put it in an album, I think, or I have to put it into into an album. But yeah, it's called Camelback Mountain. You can look it up. It's about 3/4 of the hike is actual hiking, but it's all like elevation, and you're going through like rocks and like pretty rough terrain. And
Yeah.
then you get up, and there's like a quarter left of it that's like you have to physically climb up rocks. Like they're marked by those like little road bumps, like when you go over a lane and you're starting to bump.
Yeah.
So they're marked with those like blue ones, kind of just like up the rocks. So it's
Mhm.
like you climb up like a little bit of a wall. It's like flat for a second, and then you climb up more, and you're just like climbing rocks to get to the very top. And I thought I had a pretty good time. I tried to jog and pretty like climb fast up, and then same thing on the way down, but I ran down. So I tried to run down this hike. And on the way up, by the time I got to the rock climbing, I took off my jacket with my keys, my wallet, and my water bottle, stashed it in a bush, and finished the rock climbing. So I left my water and stuff behind, did the rock climbing, got to the top. I rested for 10 minutes, enjoyed the views, whatever. And then I tried to climb down super fast. I ended up slipping, landing on my butt. That hurt pretty bad. And then I get down to the bush, grab my stuff, and then at this point, there's no more rock climbing. I just start running, like tuck the water bottle like a football, and I'm running down the hill. People are moving out of my way, and it was sketchy because you're jumping off of like rocks and like
Dude,
going down this pretty
you're like the crazy autist, just
yeah,
rolling down the hill, steamrolling
dude. I
like a
looked,
freight
I
train.
probably looked like a retard. I had
Psychopath.
headphones
You
in.
look like a psychopath for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm holding my water bottle like a football. Like I'm sitting
Yeah.
there like with it tucked, and I'm running down this hill. People are moving out of the way, like coming up. And I make it 43 minutes up, 43 minutes down. I get
Okay.
home and I start bragging to everybody. I'm
Wait,
like,
where was
dude,
everybody else? Or you went by yourself?
I went by myself. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they said. I thought you said Noah's family was going with you or something.
No, they've done it before.
Okay. They
So
told you about it or something.
yeah. So his
Okay, that's
sister
good.
and brother-in-law had told, and then cousin, they had all told me about the hike, but Noah was
Yeah.
going to be gone. Noah still hasn't done the hike,
Oh,
but
okay.
Noah was gone, and I was like, I got to find something to do. Like everyone's
Yeah.
kind of going to work, whatever. So I go, I'll go check this hike out, like expecting nothing crazy, but I wanted a good workout. So I tried to like jog up, run down, got my time. It's a mile and a half up, mile and a half down,
Rock climbing.
including the rock climbing, and then you go up 1,200 feet was the elevation gain, almost 1,300 feet. And so I get my time, I get home, I see everyone around like dinner time, and I tell them, I'm like, yeah, I did this hike, I did Camelback, I did it in 43 minutes up, 43 minutes down.
Hmm.
And I think his sister was like, oh, that's a pretty good time. Like I think the average is maybe like hour and a half, 2 hours up, about the same time down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the average is, but I mean most people are walking or whatever, and then you got to do the rock climbing and stuff.
Yeah.
But I tell Noah's brother-in-law, I'm like, yeah, I did it in 43 minutes up, 43 minutes down. And he goes, oh, nice. He's like, well, Michael Wilson, I think it might have been Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's the receiver for the Cardinals, but I think he said a safety. Besides the point, one of the NFL players for the Cardinals did the hike. He said in like 20 something minutes up, 20 something minutes down.
Holy shit.
But I don't know how possible that is because that's fast. Like you have to be full sprinting and like that's a pretty crazy time. But he told me something like that.
Yeah.
But I had just looked it up. JJ Watt did it 46 minutes with a weighted vest. So
Crazy.
with that logic,
Shut
if I
the
wanted
fuck
to,
up.
I could go play defensive end for the Cardinals or the Texans.
There's no logic. There's no logic to what you're saying right now.
Dude, professional athlete. I beat JJ Watt to the top. I think it said he's wearing a weighted vest though.
But he had a weighted vest and he probably weighs like 100 pounds more than you.
Yeah, I'm
Not 100,
170.
that's
He's
crazy.
probably like
Yeah.
250
I don't know
plus.
if he's 270, but
Yeah. But yeah, he did it in 46, and he said like weighted vest, and he said something like, "Oh, to all the people who've hiked Camelback, like much respect. This is a hard hike."
Hmm.
So I just felt good seeing his time is 46 minutes. Mine was 43. JJ Watt, all Pro Bowl, all time defensive end, legend, Hall of Fame player. I beat him timing wise on the way up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my hike story. So yeah, my comeback story, my hiking story. Um, but yeah, it was just some stuff I wanted to share with everybody because I thought it was cool. I was like, dude, I did this, like, did this hike. Thought
I'm on
I
my own
killed it.
personal comeback story right now. Um,
Okay, what's going on?
went down $60 this week on like
Uh huh.
Monday. I was betting with my heart and not my mind,
You took
and
the Hawks.
yeah, didn't play it great, and ended up going down 60. So I'm on my way back. I hit two last night. The Jets, the two I told you about.
Yeah.
Jets money line, and then Ducks plus 1.5.
Okay.
Both those hit, which was nice. But I don't put a lot of money on it, so now I'm still down 20. And
Okay.
I just live bet the Rangers and Oilers, and it was most goals in what period, and I took the second period. So we're hoping for two goals ideally, only in the second, but there was three in the second, in the third. I mean, there's three in the second so far,
Okay.
and third's coming up.
Oh shit! And what was that? That had to be like plus 800.
No, it was minus 200 because I did it after all three goals were scored in the second.
Oh, okay.
And there's already
Okay.
two goals scored in the first, so like that's already washed. So I'm betting
Oh,
in
so it's like
between
you're betting that there's just like one more
that they're
period they're
not
not
gonna score
scoring.
four in the third.
And what's the score right now?
It's 4-1 Oilers.
I like it, but my only concern is that Rangers put in a goal or two
And then an empty
in the
net.
third at all, and then they have to pull their. I mean, they're still going to pull their goalie
No,
unless they're down what,
it's not the
four, because they'll
playoffs. If they're
pull
down
they'll pull it
three,
with three.
they might not. I mean, it's more likely these days than it used to be, but even then, down three, it's like you don't really pull your goalie unless it's the playoffs. You kind of just let it go.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm just hoping at least so if they're down, if they score at least one,
If they
and then you
score
get like
one, they're definitely pulling their goalie.
yeah, and then you have a
Down
chance at like
two.
two empty netters at the end, which is scary. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
what
it
happens
depends
if it
how early.
washes?
I just get my money back.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, I think that's a safe bet. Well,
Yeah, 3 goals is a lot.
yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I was all over the Jets yesterday. I think I texted you about it. I was like, take the Jets in regulation,
Yeah.
-1.5, and money line. I took all three of them. I think I was down 27 on that book, and I made 54, something around there. So I'm up $26 there,
Hmm.
and then started to climb back this morning. I took. Did you see the UFC fights were on? The main event was like 6 a.m. this morning.
Oh no, I didn't even hear about it. Was it a
Yeah.
free one?
No, I was just on Stream
Yeah.
East or whatever the Stream East site I was on. But actually, it might have been
You're
free.
watching on ESPN Plus, I believe.
It might have been free because it was like they just had the crazy big one last week with John
Yeah.
Jones. So
Yeah.
usually like these ones
It's
are,
usually not pay-per-view, this one.
yeah. It was in China,
Oh,
and the
really?
main event was Figueredo.
Figure.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
it was two flyweights. It was Piotr Jan and Devison Figueredo.
yeah. Okay.
So I took Piotr Jan. I took like exact results. I took Piotr Jan by decision.
Hmm.
Piotr Jan by decision in the fight to go the distance, and over 4.5 rounds. So I took like those three bets.
Yeah.
Ended up
Once you
making
put one
like,
of those in, you might as well put all those in.
yeah, oh,
Because
100%.
one
I wanted
hits,
to go
they all have to
decision.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the decision one, and the one to go like over in decision was like -120, -110, and then the over 4.5 rounds was like -170. So I ended up putting like $15 on each, and
Mhm.
I was down 100 on that book. Ended up down only 60 after the fights, and then I
Okay.
tried to get cute, bet some hockey earlier. I lost on some games, so I'm only down 60 minus the 26 on the other one. So I'm down like 40 bucks right now, or
Yeah. Not bad.
right around there, like 30 something, $40. But I definitely have a plan to come back tomorrow. I think there's some plays that I like a lot. We'll
Let's
get
talk
into
about
an
that because I haven't looked at the slate at all.
okay.
All I know is Patriots Dolphins, and
Okay.
besides that, I'm basically out.
So
Oh, and Chargers Ravens. I'm excited for that one, but I don't have an opinion on.
that's not till Monday night though.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I just
we'll
knew
get
they're
to
playing
that.
this week.
Yeah, that's the Monday night primetime game, Harbaugh brothers face off.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Did you get to, because usually we do our pods on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, so it's usually before the Thursday game.
Yeah.
Tonight's Saturday night. Did you get to watch any of that Brown Steelers game? And did you have any action on it?
No, Blackhawks were playing. Oh, I did not watch it.
Okay. Was that the Blackhawks Ducks game?
That was Panthers,
Oh,
and
okay.
they beat them, which was crazy,
Yeah.
but that's the point.
Okay. So that game, I'll touch briefly on it because I did have a couple bets. I think I had like Steelers spread, but going
Okay.
into it, I had texted people and I was like, listen, I am scared about this game because Browns beat the Ravens by a lot with Jameis, and
Hmm.
they were like passing touchdowns, running like they beat the Ravens with like actual touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ravens Steelers played on Sunday, short week, and they only beat the Steelers with field goals. I think it was like 18 points. Chris Boswell kicked 6 field goals, no offensive touchdowns. So I'm thinking Browns. It's definitely the Browns today. Browns money line, Browns spread. Well, I text a couple of people. Of course, I look online, Twitter. I'm on like covers, Pickwise. I'm on these websites, and I'm seeing Steelers minus everywhere. So I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what? I feel like no offensive touchdowns. Like they're going to get the best of the Browns. The Browns haven't been great. So I text these people. I'm like, hey, take the Steelers. I'll read you the playoff because it was actually a pretty good play, and it just barely missed. I took, let's see, Najee Harris over 60 rush yards. Najee Harris anytime TD. Pat Fryermuth over 1.5 receptions. Russell Wilson over 3.5 carries. And Steelers money line, $30 to win 187. And Najee did not show up. They handed the ball off on the 1 yard line to Jalen Warren, so he scored the touchdown. Najee ended with like 46 rush yards, and I thought with the snow, for sure gonna be a rushing game. And Pat Fryermuth hit. He had, I think, 4 catches or something. And then Russ, when I sent out this play, I said Russ over 3.5 carries. He will kneel minimum 2 to 3 times. So I'm thinking Steelers money line. He's gonna kneel either in the second quarter or the end of the game. He
Yeah.
had scrambled 3 times. So if they were up and he got to kneel, I would have hit
That would have
that.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good bet. I was a little sad. Najee couldn't find the end zone, couldn't rush the ball, and then obviously Steelers lost, so that sucked. But I did put in a live prize picks bet. It was like Nick Chubb over rush yards. I think he was at 37. He had to go over 51. That hit.
Hmm.
Fryermuth over 51 yards, and I took him live also. I think he was at like 30 something as well. Najee Harris to go over 37.5 rush yards, and he was at like 26 at the time. And
Hmm.
then I think there was one more. It might have been, I forget. The app's updating, so I can't check it out right now.
Yeah.
But I took those four, $10 to win $100 on prize picks, and that hit. So I did make a decent grip of money on prize picks. And if Najee would have scored, I would have made another 90 because I had like Chubb touchdown, uh, Freiermuth receptions, and Najee touchdown, as well as the live bet I put in. So I would have made like 190, but Najee obviously sold me. The Steelers put in Warren for some reason. Of course they do that. Warren has no touchdowns the whole season. Najee has like 4. They fucking plug him out and plug in that guy, and I lose on that. So
Yeah, always
kind of
blows.
sucked, but yeah, it was a pretty good game. It started off clear skies, obviously cold and windy, but then blizzard, absolute blizzard. And Jameis Winston had a masterclass game. He had a really good game. He was completing passes in the blizzard. George Pickens, one of my favorite players right now, he was fighting receivers like in between plays. Russell Wilson had a game-ending Hail Mary that he tried to throw. And
Okay, I did see the very end. I saw the last Steelers drive because the Hawks game just ended.
okay,
I
so
saw
you
your
flipped over
slip.
to it.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the clip of
That
George
Hail Mary was
Pickens?
dog. I did,
It
yes. That was
was.
funny too.
Yeah, dude, he was fighting a receiver or a DB in the back of the end zone instead of trying to help his team with the Hail Mary. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, he's the epitome of NBA young boy or like silver teeth on
Yeah.
kids. Like he's the epitome of like a bad guy. But yeah, I like him. I do like him. He's just an idiot.
Yeah. Next AB.
Yeah. No, literally the next AB. So the reason I brought that up was just the Prize Picks thing. Prize Picks, I started out with $100 like 2-3 weeks ago, made $10-15, and I pulled the 100 out. So basically like starting from zero or starting from scratch. So like I put the 100 in just to make some coin to start with, and then I pulled the 100 back out. So like I think in my account I had like between $5 and $15. Like I had just a little bit of money in there. I ended up taking the 100 out, so I have this little bit, and I was gonna do a Prize Picks challenge, see if I can go like $5 to $1,000 or $5 to like I don't have an end goal set, but it was like $5. Don't blow the account. 2 picks at a time. Build it up to like
Prize Picks?
I'm doing Prize Picks and Underdog.
Okay.
So
Underdog,
Prize Picks. Go ahead.
you don't have to bet. Prize Picks has that $5 minimum, so
Yeah.
that's why I'd never use it.
Underdog, there's no minimum, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like sometimes there's one that's just a complete pipe dream that I'm putting in just to have fun, and it's like I'm not putting $5 on that. It's essentially impossible.
Well, that's why like I built my betting bankroll up now that I can do Prize Picks like consistently.
Yeah.
I can plug in plays, I can post them because like California people, that's all they have is like the Underdog Prize Picks. Like they only have the fantasy prop squares. So I do want to be consistent on that. Like with the Instagram, I post those when I make a slip, I'll post them because I give people the opportunity to tell me. And if I'm hitting, like I went $5, or I went from, you could technically say I started with 100, but I just put the 100 in to make some money and then pulled the 100 out. So I was up like $10-15. I'm now since up $195, and I have a couple plays that should hit tomorrow. That there was like a Tyreek Hill free square, and then I plugged it in with like Bo Nix. I have him over 220 pass tomorrow, and I have Cortland Sutton, Brock Bowers combo to go over 120 pass yards. Then I have Ramondre Stevenson and Achane combo to go over 120 rush yards. So I have those 3 plays plugged in. Should be in the 200s tomorrow if those hit. But that's one of the challenges I'm doing. And then Underdog gave me a airdrop or like loot box, like free $5. Like they sent me a notification. I was like, oh, I'll take it. Free $5, whatever. So now I'm doing an Underdog challenge too. $5 yesterday, I turned into $13, I think. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll keep it updated. Obviously, I'm going to post plays from it, and I'll probably text you about plays. But
I'd be down to do an Underdog thing with you. I have like 2. I'll look and maybe send it in the podcast, but I have 250, something like that right now in Underdog, and then just go from where I start and try to do the same thing.
Okay.
I don't want to
Yeah.
pull out my money right now on it.
Oh yeah. There's no point. You just
Yeah,
leave it in there.
I don't want to deal
But
with that.
I am
See where
doing
I start
a
from today.
yeah. No, 100%. And I'm using it also as like even if I don't pull it out from either underdog or prize picks, it's still tracked on my overall like betting week. So say I go down $50 on between my books, but I win 75 on prize picks or underdog, I'm not going to shave. So it's like
Yeah.
part of the challenge that
Oh, okay.
if I have a losing week between all four,
Are you just doing goatee though, or are you gonna let it all grow?
no,
You
just
said
goatee.
okay, but
No,
so you're
just to
not
goatee. I don't
completely
want any
shaving.
of this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that I do like the goatee a lot, and I think it looks kind of nice. But
You probably look like a real fucking autist sprinting down that hill, bro.
oh, no cap,
The
no
goatee
cap.
too. Like
I was
he's
running down
either
the hill like
running
this,
from the police or he's running from his mother,
dude.
who's looking for her
Glasses on.
disabled child.
I had I had like water bottle tucked like a football, and
Yeah.
I'm
The water bottle is
running
the funniest part by far.
like I'm holding it like 5 points of contact, like
Yeah.
inside the arm, holding my water bottle, and I'm like running down the hill, like hitting like jumping off rocks, like hitting like almost like I'm high stepping defenders,
Yeah.
and I literally probably looked retarded. People were
I
like,
really
"What the
wish you
fuck's this
ran
guy
into
on?"
somebody. That
Someone that
was
I
so
knew, or
funny. No, no, like hit somebody.
oh,
Like you were going
oh,
too fast.
watch out, watch out.
Imagine you tumbled, like you took a legit tumble, took
I
somebody's
did.
feet out with your water bottle.
Oh, not into somebody, but you know what? I did fall. I don't know if you can still see. I don't think you can still see the
Oh
bruising,
God.
but I
Yeah.
fell,
No,
hit
you
my
can't really see it.
whole elbow. I'm literally run. This is when I was running down.
Yeah.
My shoes weren't really built for the hike because it was. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
hike, and I landed on like a rock, like a slippery rock, and I'm doing like that high step, like juking down the mountain, and I took a step, and my foot slipped out from under me, and I go to catch myself, landed on my elbow. I thought I broke skin. I was like, no, dude, I'm gonna be bleeding. I'm gonna look like it. And this is like, I was almost done, but I was like, granted, I was at the bottom, so I wasn't gonna run into many people at that point,
Yeah.
but yeah, I landed on my elbow, and I'm like, oh, that hurt. I look at it, it's not bleeding. Tuck the water bottle, finish the hike. I'm running, juking down the hill, like going, and then I get to the bathrooms at the start of the hike, and these
Uh-huh.
guys are like, "Dude, did you just run down that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I looked at the time. I was like, "Did in 43 minutes," and then I just walked away. they were probably like, "This
Like,
guy's
what the
special
fuck
ed."
is
Like,
what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
they probably thought I was on either some sort of drugs. I
Yeah.
had some sort of tism or
Yeah.
syndrome.
They
They
thought that was a
probably
syndrome for sure.
yeah, they probably thought there was something seriously wrong with me, that I was running down the hill.
That's
Like
so
they saw me
funny,
at the
man.
bottom, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, but yeah, it was cool, like to do and everything, and uh, so like yeah, and then I got my challenges, Prize Picks Underdog, and my comeback story. But I will be keeping this until I have a losing week. So if you see me on
All
the
right.
pod, or if I see you in the either next week or the week after in person, if I don't have it, you'll know.
You
There'll be
know. You
signs
know.
that I lost. But also, this is part of the challenge too. If I do go negative, all four of them, right?
Mhm.
I still am involved in my Survivor League. Guaranteed money. Uh, I think I
So
told you
if
it was like
that hits, no shave.
if that hits and all four lose, and I'm still up, like I'm still gonna. If
Oh,
say I
okay,
go
you're still
down,
gonna calculate it. Yeah, if you
I'm
go
still
down
gonna
too much,
calculate it. So like
yeah,
if I'm down 300 and I get third place in Survivor, it's only like two something
yeah. So you still gotta
gone,
shave.
shaving it.
You're
But
essentially but you're basically making any excuse to keep it. Like you would rather have it, is what it seems like. Like
not exact.
the betting seems more like a punishment. If you go down, it's like that's a bad thing. So now I have to do this.
No,
It's just
so
something to
to
do, I
punish
guess.
myself for losing, it's like getting rid of this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I do kind of want to keep it.
because
I
it
feel
would be
like,
the other. If you didn't want to keep it, it would be the other way.
yeah,
You'd be like, I can't shave for 6 months if I go negative.
That's a crazy.
That would be insane. 6 months, bro.
Yeah.
You would look
I
homeless so quick.
Yeah. Do you remember me when I used to have the when I was snowboarding and I didn't shave for like 4 months and I had that like it wouldn't grow up here, like on a
Oh,
line. It was
yeah,
only
yeah,
growing like here and
yeah.
it was like it was pretty thick
I
and
don't
it was
remember
dirty.
that.
It was dirty. I'll send you a picture.
That was also a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not
I'll
a
send you
long
a
time,
picture
like three
after
years.
the pod. Yeah, it's been about 3 years because I haven't snowboarded in like 2 years.
Uh,
So I think it's been about 3 or 4 since I had it. And it was during COVID, so I didn't really have to see anybody like out in public or anything. I mean, besides work. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, but besides that, I mean, I didn't see anybody. So it was kind of nice. And people were telling me, they're like, dude, at work, they were like, dude, shave that thing. It's disgusting. Like, I just let it go. It's just stupid looking. But this looks a lot more clean. And I've been getting, I look a lot older. So then when I shave it, I'm going to look like a little kid again.
yeah,
So, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I enjoy it. But yeah, if I do have a losing week between my 5 money making endeavors in the sports world, then I will no longer have this. So, and I am down this week. Keep in mind, I'm down like 60, $70. So depending on
yeah.
how
That's
tomorrow
not crazy
goes,
though. You got a full slate. And do you consider Monday in the week? Because it is part of whatever week
I
11, week
don't,
12, whatever we're on.
yeah, but I don't count it only
You got to
because
pay the money man on Monday, huh?
you either get paid or pay on Mondays.
Yeah,
That's the payday. So
yeah.
you have to, yeah. So
You got to complete it on that initial slate.
yes, yeah. So
Okay.
like that betting week is like Monday to Sunday. So like
Yes.
this week, for instance, because I won't count. I can't go Sunday to Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd still be up. But
Yeah.
we'll go. Let's pivot because I know you got to go soon.
Yeah.
Let's pivot into. We'll craft some things up because I need some winners. I'm down. I don't want to shave this thing. I'll read you off what I have right now, and then if you want to look over the slate and maybe craft something up as well. I did
Yeah.
send out a play earlier to somebody, to one of my buddies, Christian. I sent him. So he sent me this first. He said Vikings money line. So he's got Vikings, the Bucks, the Buccaneers, and the Cardinals. I think Cardinals are versus the Seahawks, and Cardinals are coming off a bye. I think the Bucks are playing. Let's see. You have the slate pulled up?
I'm looking at the hockey one.
Okay, no worries.
I'm just looking at
The
tomorrow.
Buccaneers play the Giants,
Okay. That seems too easy.
but so here's the kicker. So he sends me this: Vikings, Bucks, Cardinals, 3-team parlay.
Mhm.
I love it. I love the play at face value. I'm looking at who they're playing, where they're playing. I love the play.
Yeah.
But the only thing that scares me right now is that Bears at home, and the Vikings are only favored by 3.5 points.
Which is weird.
So,
That's
but
suspect.
my thought is that they just went down 4 games, right? They lost the last 4 straight. They haven't covered in like 5 or 6 games. So what I'm thinking is they
Take them
either
+3?
upset or cover tomorrow. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I love the Vikings. Don't get me wrong. I love the Vikings on the money line, but kind of scared of the Bears at home on a 3.5. And the Vikings have been sketchy. Like they had that game against the Jaguars and almost lost. I think last week they had a pretty sketchy win too, where I was like, how? Who did they play last week? Oh, the Titans. Dude, that game was close. Like up until the end,
Mhm.
Vikings Titans. They played two of the worst teams in the league. The
Yeah.
Titans and
I
the
think I
Jaguars back
remember
to back
Darnold
weeks.
looking pretty bad.
Dude, he's been back to his old self. He hasn't been
Yeah.
playing very
Back to
well.
Jets, Darnold.
Yeah, so I Bears right now kind of scare me. So Christian sent me this play. He got Vikings, Bucks, Cardinals, Bucks versus the Giants. I love that play, but the only thing that scares me there, Daniel Jones gets released this week. Tommy DeVito steps up. Do you remember what he
Yeah.
did last year? I think they had the first
Not that first
overall.
game, but I remember he had a good first game, right?
Yes, but what scares me is that DeVito went like three. He had a winning record. He either went 3-3 or 3-2, 3-1. He didn't go negative, but he blew the Giants out of a first overall pick.
Yes.
He
Okay,
he
yes, I do remember
yeah,
that.
he folded their season by winning games.
Yes.
Well, my only thought tomorrow is a banged up Bucks team. They're not healthy. It's in New York. Giants have been notoriously
Yeah.
bad in New York. And Tommy DeVito first start of the year after Daniel Jones gets released.
The
That
problem
one
is
kind of scares me.
like a coach firing kind of reminds me of a situation like this where they got the different QB and
That's
like
what
it's
I'm talking about.
similar. Yeah.
The
Getting
Saints,
like I don't think DeVito's going to be very good by any means, but it's like a game where everybody else shows up and DeVito
yes,
plays like good enough.
dude. It was like the Saints. Was it 2 weeks ago that they fired their head coach and won that
Yes, and then they
for that
just
first
won.
game
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
versus the Falcons? And I should have known. I should, but listen, I learned my lesson this week where I'm going to stay off this game. But I mean, if Christian's listening, I like to play. But the only thing that scares me is like Giants at home, Tommy DeVito. This is that spot where they fire somebody or get a new person in somewhere and somehow pull off some magic. They win the
Yeah.
game.
And on
So,
paper, Bucks win this game 10 out of 10 times.
oh, dude, I'm on right now. If I'm looking at this, I don't look at like, even if I didn't even look at their opponents, I'm like, dude, these teams are winning. Just based on how
Yeah.
their seasons are going, I'm like, these teams are winning. Tampa Bay's favored by 6 points in New York.
Okay. That makes
And
more
then,
sense. 6 also seems kind of low, not gonna lie, but
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
That's probably taking into account. If Daniel Jones plays in this game, it's probably like 7.
He got released.
No,
You're
if he
talking
was
about
still
if
on the
he,
team, I'm
okay.
saying. Like that line is definitely different. Definitely more
That's
points.
probably like 10 or like 8, I
10
would say.
sounds like too much, but yeah. I
Eight
was
and a
about to
half,
say 10,
maybe
and I was like, no
seven
way.
and a half.
Yeah, I was
More
thinking
than
8.
6, let's say.
Yes.
And then the last play that he sent in this parlay was Cardinals coming off a bye week versus a division rival. This is for the division, the
Oh,
Seahawks.
shit. Okay.
Spread is 0. Spread is even
That's crazy.
in Seattle. And my thought is Cardinals beat the 49ers, right?
Mhm.
Seahawks beat the 49ers.
The problem is football
Cardinals,
math never works.
but dude, I'm
Yeah.
I'm kind of picking apart Christian's play, but I mean, like I said, I like Vikings, Bucks, Cardinals. I like all three of them, but
Yeah.
I'm just giving like the other side that where I could see
Yeah,
where it doesn't
how
hit.
it could potentially go wrong.
But this one, I don't see going wrong at all. I
Yeah.
see the Cardinals walking into Seattle, coming off a bye week. They got to rest. Seahawks, they had to play the Niners, close game, come back. They're tired, but divisional game, always going to be close. Cardinals play
Yes.
hard. They're leading the division, going into Seattle. I think Cardinals win this game. It's a 0-0 spread, and I'm all over the Cardinals in some of my plays. So that was the one that Christian sent me, was the Vikings, Bucks, Cardinals. I had sent him back. I said, here's 3 plays that I love. I like Packers versus a Niners team who Brock Purdy's not playing this week. So
Yeah.
if he's in your fantasy lineup, pull him out right now.
Yeah.
Fix that lineup.
He's in mine, but I am in first place, and I'm not going to go get a quarterback.
You don't
Like, I
have
don't
one
want.
on your bench?
I have. Wait, what was the problem? Maybe I need to look back.
No, someone was on a bye week, I thought, last week.
Maybe it is. Maybe.
You had
Oh
3
no,
good.
you're right. You're right. I was thinking last week. Yeah.
Yeah, you had 3 solid quarterbacks.
Yeah. Last week I was worried about it.
But I have Packers. My first play is Packers, Cardinals, and Eagles. I think the only team that's at home in this lineup is the Packers. Packers at home, might snow, no Brock Purdy. Love the Packers. I would take them up to -7. I think their spread's at -5.5 versus the Niners team, who West Coast, they don't live in the snow. They just got beat. No Brock.
Yeah.
They're starting quarterbacks out. I don't even know who's playing for them tomorrow. Cardinals, I gave you my rundown on that. Eagles, going back 3 hours, I feel like they're going to get more rest. They're headed to the West Coast. They're playing in SoFi Stadium versus the Rams. I love the Eagles on paper. The only way I see this go wrong is that the Rams, I think, are 3-0 their last three home games, and 4-5 wins at 4 wins out of five their last five.
Mhm.
So they could possibly cover 3.5. I mean, Rams play well against great teams. They play shitty against bad teams. So like I think I think they may cover, but I like the Eagles, Cardinals, Packers in my first play. And then second one, I like Broncos, who play the Raiders. Bo Nix has been putting on a masterclass. I
Mhm.
like the Texans, and I like the Patriots plus 7.5. I think that the Broncos just stomp the Raiders. The Texans, I believe, play the Colts. Maybe I think it's a divisional game. Oh no, Texans Titans, and Texans are at home. You're gonna be laying a lot of juice, but I say you parlay them. And then Patriots. I know they played Dolphins earlier this season, but Brissett was in. I don't think they were
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders, but Christian Gonzalez locked down Tyreek. There wasn't like a spectacular game for the Dolphins. I think now that the Patriots are coming back around the season and they're a lot more organized, I think the Patriots can cover 7.5 against the Dolphins team. I really do, because how close the Dolphins Rams game was and how close the Rams Patriots game was, and then now we're seeing a different Patriots team later in the season. I like that play. So Broncos, Texans, Patriots, parlay those three. Packers, Cardinals, Eagles, parlay those three. And then my last one, which I think for sure winners, but you have to do it. Are you familiar with teasers?
Yeah, just getting more points or less, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so like on a big spread, you take a teaser like 6, 7 points, whatever. I think you could take it up to 10 points, but I usually do six because you're getting like either even money or sometimes plus money. But I
Mhm.
like Chiefs, who I think are favored by like 11 versus the Panthers, and they're coming off a loss to the Bills. They're for sure winning. But you tease the Chiefs, the Commanders, who were playing the Cowboys. I think their spread was like 9, 10, 11 points. I think they for sure win that game, but again, that's a lot of points to be laying, so you tease them down. And
Yeah.
then Lions, I think their spread's also like 10 something. So just all the big spreads this week, tease down like 6.5 points. Maybe you can go up to 10, 11, but those are my three plays that I love. Obviously, I'll get more into crafting and post better plays, whatever, tomorrow in the morning. But what about you? Do you have any like hockey, football stuff? Like, what's our get back
No,
tomorrow?
I
If
mean
we're down,
there's only one hockey game tomorrow. Um, and I would take the Leafs because they're playing at home
okay,
against Utah.
okay. And Utah
Um,
played tonight, right?
I think you're right. Yeah, and Leafs did not.
Leafs, Utah. Yeah, I know Leafs didn't play today. Utah
Yeah,
might have played. I forget. Unless I'm thinking of the Kraken. Oh no, they did. They play the
Kraken
Penguins.
played. Yes, they did. And they won 6-1.
Yeah. So, and is it in Montreal or is it in Utah?
It's in Toronto.
Or I'm sorry, not Montreal, Toronto. Okay,
Yeah, we'll see
I
if
like
what's his
that.
name plays. Matthews.
Is he out right now?
He's like somewhat hurt. I mean, I don't
Okay,
know what his timeline is, but we'll see. I still think they're gonna win, but I guess we'll see. I also like your Patriots spread.
okay,
Besides that, I mean, obviously, like there's the gimmies. Chiefs is just an absolute gimme.
yeah. Coming off a loss to the Bills, there's no shot they lose the Panthers.
Yeah,
If they were going
just
into
not
this week
possible.
still undefeated, I was
Yeah, this is
thinking,
like a letdown game, like Eagles, where Eagles lost to the Commanders when they were undefeated 2 years ago. But
yeah,
after they lost to the Bills, and they played pretty good against them too.
yep.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. They win. That's a gimme.
I see no way. And then Commanders, did they were they on a bye? I think they might have been on a bye. I don't think they
No, they
played.
play Dallas tomorrow.
No, no, no. I'm talking about last week.
Oh, no,
Oh,
they played on Thursday, right? Or am I tripping? I'm pretty sure they played Thursday night.
second. Oh, I don't know if you've checked
Oh, and I could look right now.
the hockey game.
I know. Connor McDavid scored 2. I'm watching it.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah, they played Thursday.
oh, the Eagles game. Okay,
Eagles. Yeah,
see, dude,
26-18.
coming off, they basically have a mini bye.
I see them
Lost
beating
to
Washington. Yeah.
oh,
Or
dude,
sorry,
they're
Cowboys.
gonna smoke Dallas. I
Yeah.
think they like. There's no way they lose. There's no way the Chiefs lose. The Lions are the only one that scared me out of that teaser, is because anytime they play on the road, they don't play great. Like at home, we saw them win 52-7. We see them
Mhm.
blow teams out at home, but on the road, Lions just don't play amazing, and I think their spread's too big for me to lay that many points. I know they're not playing a great team. I think they're playing the Colts, but
Yeah,
Lions are
they're playing the
missing
Colts.
a middle linebacker that's pretty significant to run game. Um, I don't know. I'm a little concerned with just laying that many points, but I just don't see the Lions losing either. So I would love all three of those with the
Yeah.
tease though. You got to tease like 6 to 10 points for sure
I'm on the
because they're
actual
all
NFL app, so I should go on ESPN because there's no spreads or anything on here.
okay.
So I'm kind of just looking at the games, but yeah, I like the spread, like you said, with Patriots. I think
Yeah.
Denver honestly might. I think they should win that game. But what was the spread? What did you say the spread was? Like, I don't think
Denver
they're
versus
gonna
Raiders,
lose, but yeah.
five
But I
and a
don't.
half.
Okay. I mean, they should cover, but I don't think Denver's that good, to be honest. I don't think they're
Dude,
as good as
have you
people
watched
think.
them lately?
They're on and off. I mean, last week they played like shit, and then they almost beat the Chiefs. Like,
No. Last week they played amazing. I think Bo Nix threw for dude. They beat the Falcons 38-6.
oh, okay. Maybe it was a
Bo
different
Nix threw
game.
for 307 yards
Oh
and
yeah,
four
you're right.
passing touchdowns. Dude, they've been sneaky
No, I
good
didn't see
lately.
them play last week at
Almost beat
all.
the
Then,
Chiefs, smoked the Falcons, and then
yeah,
I want to say the week before that was it their bye week?
week 9.
I
Still,
think I think week
Ravens 41-10. That's
was
crazy. Week
against the
9.
Broncos.
Yeah,
Okay, they had a bye
Broncos,
week,
Ravens.
week 10. So after the bye week, they pretty much turned it around. Um, oh yeah, 41 to
No, week
10.
10 was the Chiefs.
Are we on week 12 right
We were
now?
on week 12. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
you're
know if they've
right.
had their bye.
Why do I not see them on here? Oh yes, so, dude, keeping it. I think I don't know. I love the Broncos. Their spread's 5.5,
I
but
still think they're gonna win, but that's probably a spread I stay away from.
yeah, oh,
Maybe take a money
100%.
line. They're definitely favored. They're probably pretty heavy favorites too, which sucks. But
5.5. It's not
no,
crazy,
no, no,
but
no. What the line is? If you took money line, like how big of favorites are they?
oh, let me check it out. I actually can't see on the real app. That's ESPN or book check actually. I need to do, but
Let me see what they are on ESPN. On ESPN they are. Where is it? Vikings Bears. They're minus 240. So yeah, not great.
yeah, but I mean, if you lay that with Patriots plus 7.5 and Texans,
Yeah,
maybe you
I'd
buy a
never
couple
fucking
points.
parlay though. Yeah, I wouldn't mind buying points.
Yeah,
5.5. Try to make it. Dude, the Rangers are playing the worst hockey I've seen in my entire life.
they just get scored on again.
No, but they're going to, and then they
Dude, you
might
got to just
score.
turn it off. You just can't look.
God,
You can't look.
I
Just you
have
got to.
to, because it's only 2 goals. I'm still up 1, but Oilers are
Yeah,
on a power play and just fucking toying with them.
dude. Yeah,
Oilers
just I would
almost
say
scored
chalk
on the
it.
penalty kill. It's bad, bro. It's really
Stop.
bad. It's scary.
I would almost say turn the app off, chalk it. You got to go in a couple minutes
Yeah, I gotta
here.
go in like,
We'll
yeah,
wrap it
5
up.
minutes.
Turn
Yeah.
turn the rig off.
Ugh.
We'll get it turned off. But yeah, those are my plays. If you guys are listening, follow us on Instagram at NMI Sport Report. Follow the YouTube. Share this video. I've been hot recently. Again, this goatee stays until I have a losing week.
I'm praying on
Patrick
your
has been
downfall.
pretty sharp on hockey. Gave out
Not
2
really,
winners
though.
yesterday.
I've just been picking like one game a week. That's what has been helping me.
But do they hit?
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. But
You
I'm
make money.
not
So
picking every game.
yeah, I mean we've been doing pretty good. But again, bet slips, they will be posted daily before the games. If there's a game that you have questions on, you could DM us, text us. We give out bangers, but check the Instagram stories. I do post all the slips. Prize picks. We're doing the prize picks challenge, underdog challenge. Pat and I will agree on a place to start. We'll start that up. We have Survivor. I don't know who I'm going to take this week. We have, but everything's kind of rolling. But again, I think it was a pretty good episode. We'll have bets and slips and everything posted tomorrow in the morning before the game start. So make sure to check us out there.
Yeah.
If you liked any of my plays tonight, Pat gave out the Leafs. I think that's a banger. And then I gave out 9 winners. You don't have to parlay them. You could just take them straight up. But
9
listen,
winners,
I think
guaranteed.
I gave out 9 winners. I
9
might
guaranteed
parlay
winners for tomorrow. 10 with the Leafs. I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck? What
I
are we
might
talking about?
parlay all 10 and be rich tomorrow. I might retire tomorrow, but we'll see. Follow us, share the video with your friends. I want you guys to follow the bets because I've been pretty hot. I think Pat's been pretty hot. Brandon, we'll get him on again earlier this next week. I think usually like Tuesdays, Wednesdays is best day. Tuesday works the best for me, Pat, if you can do Tuesday. Because that way you can still record before you come out.
Yeah, I usually can, but
because you're going to leave Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay. You do have a game, huh?
I don't know if I do this Tuesday. It might be on Monday.
Okay.
Mondays or Tuesdays. So any Tuesday that I have a game, I'm out. But
okay. Best case scenario, episode out Tuesday with Brandon, you and I.
Yeah.
We'll get the new one out. We'll see if I still got the goatee. We'll update our challenge, our underdog prize picks challenge, and we'll review some bets. We'll review the games. We'll do another good episode. But yeah, thanks for coming on today. I think it was a good episode. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Share the video with friends and family, and follow us on social medias, NMI Sport Report, everywhere. And then if you want to follow my Twitter, I do sometimes post funny tweets or I'll tweet out bets and stuff. So follow me there at code_Dylan. So thank you guys and enjoy your week. Good luck tomorrow.